Welcome! In this video, we'll walk you through the installation of your new Franklin garage door opener. There are so many benefits of the Franklin opener. It's low profile and compact, so it looks streamlined and elegant. It works for many applications. You can use it for garages, barns, commercial or residential spaces, and more. And a range of accessories allow you to create your own optimal opener system. The Franklin is ultra-quiet and smooth operating, and more reliable than a folding garage door. Finally, adding a Franklin to your garage doors also enhances security. This is because the Franklin increases the required force to open the door to 2,500 pounds of force. Disclaimer: this video serves as a shortened overview of the Franklin opener installation process. For more detail, it is recommended to consult the written manual. Please note that if you live in California, you're required by state law to get the battery backup for this unit. The battery backup will help you open your doors in the event of a wildfire or other power failure. We recommend this accessory to everyone for additional peace of mind. This installation video will include instructions about the battery backup. Safety precautions. Keep people and things outside of the working automation area during installation. Make sure any remotes or buttons you use to operate the doors are kept out of reach of small children. Never try to manually push against the door while the Franklin is operating. We recommend you install a surge protector or ground fault circuit interrupter outlet for the control unit to protect the control unit from damage. Before you begin, here is what you'll get in the box when you receive your Franklin opener. Please keep in mind that the parts you receive may be in black or white. It has no effect on operation. You'll receive 2 plastic motor covers, 2 swing gate motors, 2 primary levers and 2 secondary levers, 2 base plates, 2 photo eyes consisting of 1 receiver with 5 wiring terminals, and 1 transmitter with 2 wiring terminals, 2 remotes, assembly hardware for each of the levers, motor knob hardware, limit switch hardware, base plate hardware, and cable glands for wiring, the control unit, and finally 1 16-3 SJTW power cord. You'll also need to provide yourself with the following materials, as they are not included with the Franklin opener kit. You'll need 8 of the 3/8 inch by 4 inch lag bolts, 4 of the number 14 by 1.5 inch pan head screws, approximately 50 linear feet of Belden 5503 UD cable for the photo eyes, and a minimum 25 linear feet of the SJT 16 gauge 3 conductor cable for connecting each motor back to the control unit. Begin the installation by installing the motor and the base plates. First, remove the cover from the motor and set it aside. Next, using a 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter metric socket or wrench, remove the motor from the base plate by loosening the 4 bolts that are located at the bottom of the motor. Now you can install the base plate and motor to the entryway. First, position the base plate about 7 inches from the face of the jamb to ensure that the motor's body has clearance once it's mounted, as it will extend towards that direction. In this demonstration, we have pre-drilled our holes. To drill them, begin by leveling the base plate against the jamb, ensuring that the bottom edge of the plate is flush or no higher than the lowest part of the jamb. Then mark the location of the holes. Always make sure that the bottom 2 holes will penetrate solid header or blocking material. Once you level, you can mount the plate with lag bolts sized at 3/8 by 4 inches. Now, making sure it is securely tightened, reattach the motor to the base plate. You'll also want to confirm that the motor is seated correctly. The side of the motor housing should be flush with the side of the base plate furthest from the side jamb. Now, reinsert and screw in the 4 previously removed bolts, ensuring that the base plate and motor are securely attached. Repeat these steps again to install the second motor and base plate on the opposite side. Next, assemble the articulated lever arm and door coupling. Here, we are assembling the arms for the right side motor. You will need one primary lever, one secondary lever, two plastic sleeves, one washer, and one black safety pin. Insert the rounded plastic sleeve into the secondary lever. Then flip the lever over, like so, and insert a second plastic sleeve into the next hole. A hammer may be necessary to secure the sleeves. Once that's done, flip the secondary lever back to its original position and connect the primary and secondary levers together. Use a hammer if necessary. Next, flip the connected levers over and insert the washer on top of the point where the two levers connect. Secure the washer and the levers with the black safety pin, inserting it into the hole shown here. If you are having difficulty inserting the pin, a hammer may be necessary. Repeat these steps for the second set of levers for the left side motor. Once the levers are assembled, you can attach them to the installed motors. Now slide the assembled arm onto the transmission shaft, located at the motor's base. Make sure the arm is extended towards the interior side of the doors. Then fasten the motor arm onto the transmission shaft using the long pin and C-ring. Once this lever is secure, you'll need to prepare for attaching the other end of the lever to the door. First, make sure the door is set to the desired fully open position, so you can determine where to install the mounting bracket to the door. We recommend a fully open position with an angle of approximately 105 degrees. Once you have your open position, mark the door's location. In this demonstration, we have marked the position with blue tape on the floor. Now you will need to adjust the lever arm to the fully open position in relation to the door. In order to do that, the motor needs to be set to manual operation mode. Locate the handle on top of the motor and flip it to engage the manual operation. While you are holding the handle down, you will be able to move the arm freely. Extend the arm until it touches the door. When it reaches the desired position, flip the handle back the other way to disengage. You might have to further extend the arms until you hear a click. This indicates the levers are acceptably positioned. Make sure to keep a slight bend in the lever arm when adjusting. The minimum bend distance we recommend is 1.5 inches, relative to the distance from the door end of the lever to the motor end. Anything greater than 1.5 inches is acceptable. With the arm extended, you can now attach the mounting bracket to the door. First, you need to measure out the desired position. We recommend marking the center line of the mounting bracket at 40 inches from the center of the motor shaft, where the lever is connected. Temporarily place the mounting bracket into the lever arm. Confirm that the lever attached to the mounting bracket is level. Then mark the location of the first hole on the door. Once marked, separate the lever arm and bracket to the side and drill a hole in the marked location. Proceed by screwing the mounting bracket to the door. Ensure that the mounting bracket is level, then mark and drill the second screw hole into the door. Next, secure the mounting bracket with another screw. Reconnect the lever arm to the bracket and insert the safety pin to secure it. Repeat these steps to set up the second lever arm and mounting bracket. Keep the door in its fully open position, and let's move on to installing the limit switches for each motor. The limit switches are important because they tell the motor when to stop moving. In this case, the switches will determine when the doors stop at the fully opened and fully closed positions. For ease of use, we are demonstrating this on a tabletop, but assembly of the limit switches should take place after the motors are installed. The parts you need for each motor will be one full cam cap, one ring cam cap, and 4 fixing screws. Each cam is used to set either the limit for the opened position or closed position of the door. Now we'll set the limits for the open and closed positions for the left motor. It is important to note that for the left motor, the full cam is used to set the opened limit, while the ring cam is used to set the closed limit. On the right motor, the functions of each cam are swapped. Please refer to the manual for more clarification. Now place the full cam on top of the metal shaft. Then use the fixing screws to secure it in place. Do not fully tighten them. Rotate the full cam until you hear a click. This indicates the cam has pressed the limit switch. Lock the cam in position by tightening the respective fixing screws. Now set the door to its fully closed position by using the manual operation handle in the motor. When the door is fully closed, take the ring cam and install it on top of the full cam. Secure it with the other fixing screws. Again, do not fully tighten the screws just yet. Rotate the ring cam, which is the top cap, until you hear a click to know that the cam has pressed the limit switch. Lock the cam in position by tightening the fixing screws. Once finished, use manual operation again to slowly swing the door to its opened and closed positions, while listening to see that the click of the limit switches occur in the desired spots. Now repeat these steps for the right side motor, and remember that the full cam and ring cam functions are swapped, with the full cam being the one to set the closed limit, and the ring cam being the one to set the open limit. Now it's time to install the control unit, which serves to operate the automatic Franklin openers. Using screws, install the board to the desired position on the wall. Before mounting the control unit, it is recommended to drill holes in the casing to insert the wires. Please refer to the manual for placement. When that's finished, you can begin wiring the motors to the control unit. As a reminder, the installation kit does not provide the necessary wiring cables, so you will have to provide your own. We recommend a 16-gauge 3-conductor cable. Keep in mind that the colors of the wires do not matter, as this is a low-voltage operated machine. Additionally, for this demonstration, the left side motor will be motor 1, which will control the left door to open first and close second. If you would like to wire the motors in the opposite configuration, please refer to the written manual for alternate wiring. Next, you'll begin attaching the wires to the terminals inside the motors and the control panel. Each terminal slot is identified by the numbers seen here. For an easier wiring experience, we recommend pulling out the wiring terminal like so. At the bottom of each terminal is a screw that you'll need to loosen in order to insert the wire into the slot located above the terminal's number. Once inserted, retightening the screw into place will secure the wire. For ease and clarity, the wiring for the motors and control unit will be demonstrated with visual diagrams. Feel free to pause and review at your own pace. Now you'll wire motor 2, the right side motor as viewed from the inside, to the control unit. Before you begin wiring, you should install the stress-relieving cord grip into the motor casing. This location is where the wiring will thread securely from the motor to the control unit. First, attach the grip body to the outside of the motor casing and fasten it with the connecting nut from the inside. Then take the compression nut and thread the motor wire through. Thread it into the grip body next and tighten the compression nut onto it. Now you can begin wiring. Now connect a wire from terminal 1 in the motor to terminal 42 in the control unit. Next, connect a wire from terminal 2 in the motor to terminal 11 in the control unit. For the final motor 1 wire, connect a wire from terminal 3 in the motor to terminal 10 in the control unit. Now you'll wire motor 2, the right side motor is viewed from the inside, to the control unit. Connect a wire from terminal 1 in the motor to terminal 43 in the control unit. Next, connect a wire from terminal 2 in the motor to terminal 14 in the control unit. For the final wire, attach it from terminal 3 in the motor to terminal 15 in the control unit. Once that is finished, both motors and the control unit are now wired to each other. The next step is to install the photo eye sensors, comprised of one receiver and one transmitter. Positioned on each side of the lower part of the door casing, the transmitter sends a constant infrared beam to the receiver, which, if blocked by an obstruction, stops the doors from further opening or closing. For this demonstration, we will be installing the photo eye receiver on the left side and the transmitter on the right. As you can see, we have drilled a pathway for the photo eye wires through the side casing. This is optional and does not affect function. You may wire outside or around the casing as well. We do recommend installing the photo eyes at a height of 10 inches from the floor and as close to the doors as you are able. Now, to begin wiring, you'll need to connect the photo eye wires to the control unit. As previously said, the installation kit does not provide the necessary wiring cables, so you will have to provide your own. Our recommendation is to use thermostat wire or the Belden 5503 UE cable. Additionally, the wiring for this section will be demonstrated with visual diagrams for ease and clarity. Feel free to pause and review at your own pace. First, in the control unit, a jumper wire connects terminals 70 and 72. You'll want to remove this wire before beginning. Be sure to keep the other jumper wire connected from 70 to 74. Now attach a wire from terminal 1 in the photo eye receiver to terminal 51 inside the control unit. Next, connect a wire from terminal 2 from the receiver to terminal 50 in the control unit. Then connect a wire from terminal 3 in the receiver to terminal 70 in the control unit. Terminal 4 in the receiver will go to 73 in the control unit. And finally, terminal 5 in the receiver will attach to terminal 72. Once you have wired the receiver to the control unit, you can start wiring the photo eye transmitter. Now attach a wire from terminal 1 in the transmitter to terminal 52 in the control unit. Lastly, attach a wire from terminal 2 in the transmitter to terminal 50 in the control unit. Once you've completed the wiring for both the photo eye receiver and transmitter, you can mount them to the side casing. Again, in this demonstration, the receiver is installed on the left side, while the transmitter is on the right side. Make sure that both photo eyes are aligned vertically and facing each other. We suggest a height placement of about 10 inches from the floor. For the final step, grab the photo eye case covers and install them to each mounted photo eye. Once you have finished installing the photo eyes, you are now ready to install the power cord so that you can power on the Franklin opener. First, locate the main power wiring terminals in the control unit on the bottom. For this installation, the color of the wires matters, so please follow along carefully. Additionally, for more detailed instructions, please refer to the written manual. First, wire the green wire to the ground terminal. Then, wire the white wire to the neutral terminal. Lastly, wire the black wire to the line terminal. Once you've completed wiring, you may plug the power cord into an outlet and begin programming the garage door openers. Now we'll go through the Thalia control panel to begin the Autoset programming for quick setup. This screen is the control panel display. To the right of the screen are 3 buttons used to navigate through the display. The top button is the plus or up direction button that will allow us to scroll through the panel options. The middle button is the minus or down direction button. and the bottom button is the OK or confirmation button for the menus. Pressing the plus and minus buttons at the same time will allow you to exit or go back. Before we proceed further, please ensure that the doors are in the closed position before running the Autoset program. If one door has an Astragal, make sure the doors do not bind. Unplug the power cord if the need arises. Now to begin, press the OK button once. The display should read LANG for language, followed by the current language selected. For first-time users, it will display ITA for Italian, but here we have ours already set to ENG for English. Scroll down using the minus or down button until you see ENG displayed, then press OK to confirm. The word type will be briefly displayed, then press the minus button until you see the word IGEA displayed. Press OK and the next screen will display in MOT for number of motors. We have ours set to 2 already, but you'll need to scroll down with the minus button until you get to the number 2. Then press OK to set the number. DIR, which stands for direction, will now be displayed, followed by EXT for exterior. Here, we will press OK to select the exterior option. The word preset will be displayed, followed by AR. Scroll down using the minus button to select SR, which stands for semi-automatic residential, and will allow the doors to work like a typical garage door. Press OK to confirm. The screen will display PRG for programming, followed by Autoset. Before we begin the Autoset program, please make sure the path of the doors is clear of any obstructions. The doors will be running at full torque during the process. When you are ready, press OK, and the programming will begin after the countdown. The motors will run full open and close cycles more than once to learn the force required for each motion. Once done, OK will be displayed, and you can press OK to continue. However, if the motors don't run, or the letters KO appear instead, press OK to display the error code. Then check all the wiring, fuses, and photo eye alignment. Now press OK to move on to programming the remote. The display will read Mem Remotes or Memorized Remotes, immediately followed by Hidden button on the display. On your remote, firmly press and hold the top 2 buttons, which represent the hidden button. When the screen reads Release, release the 2 buttons. The screen will then read Desired button. Press and release the button you want to operate the doors with. The screen will then display Hidden button once again. You can repeat the remote learning process or simply press OK to end it. You'll know that your doors are correctly set up when the doors are in the closed position and the control panel screen displays CC. Additionally, the correct door, which has motor 1, is opening first and closing last. The next step in installing the Franklin opener is to assemble the motor cover. You'll need these components to do so. Please note that the orientation for one of the parts will be different on the right and left motor. Now you'll assemble the manual operation cams and fix them to each motor cover. The manual operation cams help engage the motor into manual operation once the motor cover is installed. Please note that this piece will be assembled differently for the left motor compared to the right motor. Engraved on the alignment points of the piece are L for left and R for right, signifying the points of connection for each cam. Connect the motor cam to the adjoining piece according to which motor you're working with. Then attach the outer black piece to the outside part of the motor cover. The motor cam piece will connect from the inside of the cover. Next, attach the washers and the screw from the inside to securely attach the motor cam pieces to the motor cover. Now let's install the motor cover. Hold the cover over the motor with the front of the cover angled down towards you. Rock the cover until it clicks into place atop the motor. Turning the key will activate manual operation mode, which will allow you to freely move the lever arms. Returning the key to its original position will lock the manual operation like so. The last thing you'll want to install onto the doors is an Astragal. The Astragal is a strip that is used to conceal the gap between the two carriage doors, enhancing security and weather sealing. Since these doors are Autoswing, the Astragal will be installed on the exterior side, attached to the door that opens first and closes last, which in this demonstration is the door attached to motor 1 or the left side motor when on the interior side. First, vertically align the Astragal onto the active door so that the top edge is flush, while also ensuring that the gap between the two doors is covered. For an optimal fit, it is recommended to center the Astragal over the gap. Carefully clamp the Astragal to the door, starting at the top. Drill the first hole and then insert a screw to secure the Astragal in place. Continue this process, making your way down to the bottom. In this demonstration, the Astragal is secured with 6 evenly distributed screws. Once the Astragal is secure, install the weather stripping to enhance protection. In this demonstration, the weather stripping contains a silicone flange. From top to bottom, insert the silicone flange into the kerf of the Astragal, which is a small notch that is milled into it to accommodate for weather stripping installation. If necessary, cut off any extra weather stripping so that it runs flush with the Astragal's edge. Once that is finished, you have now completed your installation of the Franklin garage door opener. If you still have questions regarding this product, please don't hesitate to call us. For more information on other RealCraft products, door accessories, and more, please visit realcraft.com. Thank you.